Are you a creative person struggling with burnout and or financial issues preventing you from making any type of content, making any type of art, making any videos, making any music, writing? I struggle with those same issues, and I haven't posted a video in 6 months, maybe longer. One of the things that has really demotivated me recently is I had a camera stolen. I had this like DJI Pocket Osmo 2, plus the like wireless mic that went along with it, like the lav mic. And I had used that in all of the videos I've made so far because the audio was good and the mic was so convenient. And a couple weeks ago, I had it stolen, I'm pretty sure. I don't think I lost it. It's possible, but it happened because I invited this guy over to my house to make some music because I thought he was cool. I met him once, and it turned out he wasn't. And he ditched with the camera and ghosted me and hasn't responded since. And so I'm pretty sure he took it. And that sucks because, you know, I want to try to get people into my space to make music and stuff. And something like this happens and it really makes you sour to the whole thing. But, you know, I can't really let that be my excuse because I hadn't made a video in 6 months and this happened like a week or two ago, right? And that whole time I had this camera and I could have been making stuff. And I've had a lot happening in the last couple months as well. Like my job's been extremely busy, as well as I've moved. I moved right after I made one of the last videos I made. And it was kind of chaotic getting into the new place and getting settled and dealing with that as well as work. But, you know, I'm here and settled now, and I've been pretty locked in making music, but I just haven't really been making any videos. You know, I've prepared a pretty large backlog of music for me and my friend's band. We haven't released any music yet, and we wanted to get 25 songs ready for singles to drop. Just bang, bang, bang. This whole time I could have been making videos, but I wasn't. And then I lost the camera. And then I got extremely demotivated about the whole situation. I was like, damn, now I can't even record at all. You know, where's my audio? I lost my mic, blah, blah, blah. Yo, I have several mics. I have like a whole recording booth set up here. You know, right now I'm using my phone to record the audio, and I think that's going to turn out best. But there's so many options. I have so many cameras. I've got 2 cameras here. I've got even more. I've got random cameras behind me, you know. And I realized this after I got really, really upset about the camera going missing. And it was like $200 to $300 worth of stuff, you know. I got the camera for a pretty good deal, but it just it made me realize that I didn't even really need it. We all have these resources around us. Like if you even had just a smartphone, you could make a video, right? And so I was waiting for the right setup and to have the right situation to start making videos again when I should have just been doing it. And maybe if I would have been doing it, I would have had a better eye on the camera because I hadn't been recording that much stuff with it. You know, the bag was just sitting out on my desk. And so can you blame him for taking it? And it's like, I wasn't using it as much. But again, on the flip side of this, I've been incredibly locked in making music, right? I've got the studio set up here. I've been recording this punk band a lot. I've been recording a bunch of my friends. I feel like I've come back from the time I spent at a recording studio several years ago where I was recording people all the time, but mostly strangers and not really getting much out of it. And then I went with this gap of not really having a space to record, right? And it's like now that I can record people and I don't have to charge them and I don't have to like pay my boss for hours spent in the booth, it's like now I can finally get some time in with artists that are really talented and want to work with me. And that has been incredibly motivating. So I've been focused on that for the most part, but there's been a lack of any of my visuals and doing videos like this and doing videos teaching people things that I know and things that I want to share with the internet and share with my friends and share very strong opinions I have, you know, because who else wants to yell on the internet? Everyone does, right? And so I want to keep making videos, and I needed to get back into it. And so I have, and I'm going to. That's going to come with music videos too, because I used to make a lot of music videos, and I haven't. And like, honestly, I did one very recently for a friend, and it was pretty fun. But I hadn't since like 2022, 23-ish. And so it took a while to get the wheels rolling again. But once I did, I felt like I was back. I could feel it. I was like, oh man, I had all these things that I know how to do that I hadn't done in a long time that just instantly became unlocked again. And that felt really good. And you lose track of the things you like to do whenever you get into a rut with like work or trying to live or trying to pay rent. You lose track of the things that make you happy. I love to read, and I haven't been reading much lately except just like one book here and there. And I'm trying to read more, And it's stuff like that I feel like lets you take control again and get back in the groove of things and like make videos, make paintings, make whatever. And one of the examples recently of this working in my favor was I hadn't dropped a song in a long time. I set up a song to drop every week for a year, starting at halfway through 2023, right? And it went all the way up until like October of 24. But then it fell off and I stopped releasing songs, and I had gotten up to like 1,500 monthly listeners at one point, and it had dropped pretty low recently, and that was pretty demoralizing as well. Because, I'm making all this music at home, and I'm making music that I think is really good, and I've dropped a lot of music in the past, but it's not getting that much traction anymore. And like the second I stopped dropping new music, it kind of fell off. And maybe that's because of a lack of like a social media presence as much. But here's the cool part, okay? Because I'm whining a lot because, oh, poor me. It wasn't working out and I stopped trying and no one listened to my music. Here's the crazy thing. I dropped a song 2 or 3 days ago from the point of me filming this video called Twofold out on Spotify. And it got a little bit of listens day one, really. And that surprised me a lot. But day two, what was really cool, is one of my old songs, a song from 2022 that had very little traction, got added to a playlist that it has since gotten like a lot of plays from. And it seems, organic. It doesn't seem like a botted thing. And that's really, it's really cool to me because I feel like that happened because I dropped the song. Someone, I don't know how all that works. Maybe it was even AI, but playlists are weird. It happened when I started to put it back out there almost instantly after I put in effort again to like put myself out there other than just being locked in the studio making music, right? And sometimes we get so in our heads about trying to perfect things or making sure our recording setup is perfect, the lighting is perfect, anything. And sometimes the show just needs to run. Sometimes the show just needs to fucking go. And I've got to remember that, and I think a lot of you need to remember that as well. So send it. Drop that song. Move on to the next one. Don't keep it on the hard drive. Don't keep it on the vault. Just drop it. What are we waiting on?